All right. Thank you. Likewise. All right, guys. So we're gonna get started. Well, I'm gonna jump right into the information. All right. More people are getting connected now. That's why it's always good to to get connected or to be ready. A couple of minutes before. That way we don't waste time. All right. So we're gonna be sharing this information with you that has to do with Assure for Life. Okay, so here we go. More people getting connected. All right. So we have Andrea joining now and Jay. Awesome. All right. So let's get right into it. Okay. So I'm going to share screens here with you guys. The dynamic is going to be that every after each section that I go over, then you're going to have opportunity to ask questions. Okay. So here we go. So let me share these screens here with you. Okay, awesome. So let me go directly to our
Hey, you drugged up?
so let's see. What I'm going to do now, if I am going
Yeah,
to,
log on. They're started.
let me see.
Rashana,
Yeah, I
Okay,
sent you
wait.
your email.
Rashana, your phone is
All right.
muted.
See. All right. So I'm going to mute you all, guys. Okay, we have some noise in the background. Whenever you have a question, please feel free to unmute your mic after each section. I'll let you know, okay? Great, guys. We are Assure for Life. That's the name of our product. Please don't get confused. First of all, I want to say that Assure for Life is not a life insurance company. We're not, okay? So therefore, we never deliver a cash benefit to our members. Remember that. We are actually a funeral assistance plan. Please refer to Assure for Life as a funeral assistance plan. This is a unique product that was created by this company 70 years ago. Can you imagine? That's 70, guys, okay? A lot of experience, okay, on this business. So, all right, we have more people joining here. Great. All right, so here we go. Let me see. All right, awesome. More people joining. Okay, great. So, let me go over like options, okay, that people have whenever they lose a relative. Guys, the most common option, okay, it's life insurance. Remember, we're not life insurance. So life insurance is an excellent product, okay. Everybody should have it, okay. There is a good purpose for that. Part of the purpose to have life insurance is to cover funeral expenses. Guys, this company, before we came to the United States, the company hired two independent marketing companies to find out which would be the best funeral assistance option in the United States. And they both came to the conclusion that Assure for Life is bar none the best funeral assistance option in the United States. Okay, you'll see why. Okay, our plan is so rich in benefits, it's unbelievable. All right. So I was talking about life insurance. So when it comes to cover funeral expenses, guys, even if somebody has life insurance, guess what? Yes, they will get a cash benefit, right? And then the question to those clients would be, Mr. Client, why pay the upfront cost of a funeral service, which you gotta have a reference point, okay? The average funeral expense in the United States, funeral service, it's in between $5,000 and $7,500. You may research this at the FTC webpage. The government, the Federal Trade Commission, has very important information for the consumer as far as funeral expenses. Okay, we have a link for that. Okay, if I can share that with you at the end. So guys, so the point is, why spend the upfront cost of a funeral expense from a life insurance benefit? Okay, when there is a plan that is very affordable, like our plan, that takes care not only of the funeral expenses, but also the logistics. Think about that, okay? Now, the other option that people have is a product called pre-need. This is like in the American mentality, a lot of people, when they turn 65 and they go into Medicare, then they also go to, like the neighborhood funeral home, and then they actually prepay their funeral. It's as simple as that. But again, they still have to pay the upfront cost of a funeral service. Now, what happens with that product if the person, let's say, passed away before they end up paying the full service? Well, the relatives have to pay for the balance at the time that the service is required. Okay, you gotta, okay, and also the person gets married with that funeral home. Okay, keep that in mind. If the person moves to a different city or to a different state, they might not have that coverage. Okay, and so that's why there are certain limitations. I'm not saying it's a bad product, okay, but it has certain limitations. And still, the consumer has to pay the upfront cost of a funeral service. Now, the other option and the best option is Assure for Life, in which you can have a group of up to 7 people. Think about that. A group of 7 people for either $50 or $75 per month, depending on the state in which the group lives in. Okay, I'll give you more details about that. All right, and then so because we are a funeral assistance plan, we have 3 main benefits. Okay, please remember this part. Okay, we cover the basic funeral expenses, a round-trip ticket for the holder to go to the funeral service anywhere within our coverage area. And then we also cover the transportation of the body anywhere within the United States, Latin America, or the Caribbean. Okay, let me give you more details. Okay, so why Assure for Life? We are a company, okay, with 70 years of experience, guys. Can you imagine? Okay, that's why we are a unique product in the United States. All right, so even if somebody has life insurance, it's always good to let your clients know that it's good to add this product to their portfolio, so they don't spend the cash in life insurance, okay, towards a cost of like to pay a funeral service, right? So there we go. Now, we offer an excellent service, guys. And when we say that we have more than 2,500 organizations that are our clients in Latin America, the Caribbean, and the United States, guys, these are actual funeral homes with whom we already have previous business relationships with. Think about that. That's a lot of funeral homes, okay? Now, we provide, see, through time, guys, we now provide over 10,000 funeral services per year, and that number keeps growing. All right, can you imagine the amount of experience, okay? Okay, so here we go. Now, as far as this next slide here, guys, is like our coverage area. Okay, guys, our coverage area is, with the exception of Canada, our coverage area is the whole American continent, talking about the United States, Central South America, and the Caribbean. All right, so if somebody tells you, Rocky, I have a relative who lives in Europe, can I name this person in this plan? The answer is yes. However, we have to let them know that their family has to pay for the transportation of the cost of the body from Europe, in that example, to America. And then once the body is here, then we will treat the person like if it passed away here in America. All right, as simple as that. Guys, the names of the countries that you see on this map, please don't get confused, okay? These are countries in which we actually have physical presence with our own offices and our own funeral homes. Each of these countries, guys, has their unique funeral assistance plan, okay? So today we're gonna talk about the plan in the United States. But as far as coverage, guys, we have coverage in every country with the exception of Canada, remember that, and we are in conversations with Canada, okay? In the future, we might have the service there. So so far, we don't offer the service over there, okay? But it seems like we will. So every country, okay, in America. So if you ask me, hey, but I don't see, let's say, Guyana here, or Chile, or let's say one of the islands in the Caribbean. Guess what? All of them are covered, okay, with no exception, okay? The whole American continent. All right. So here below the map, guys, you can see the names of the countries and the years in which the company was established, first in Colombia in 1950. And then it was successfully expanding through South America, like in Venezuela in 1994, Costa Rica 2001, Mexico 2006, the United States. We have had presence in the United States for over 13 years now. Panama 2009 and Brazil 2014. But remember, every country in the American continent, with the exception of Canada, all right? That's our coverage area. Now, how is it that we're able to offer a funeral service in so large area? Very simple. Let's talk about the United States, okay? That's our plan here. So, guys, one thing that you have to be very clear with your client is that whenever they lose a relative, they have to call us first. Okay, very simple. They call us and they will take care of everything. Why? Because we in the United States, we're going to contact a funeral home that is part of the NFDA. Okay, okay, the NFDA, guys, is the largest national funeral directors association in the United States. They are all over the United States. We don't have any issues finding a funeral home that is part of the NFDA. These are independently owned funeral homes. And guys, it's the company and not the client, okay? Please be very clear with the client. It's the company, the one that selects the funeral home that is going to be used to deliver the service. Guys, please explain to clients that just because of the fact that the company selects the funeral service or the funeral home that where the service is going to be rendered, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to shop around for the cheapest one in town. We actually make sure it's a good quality funeral home. That's why we have been able to maintain this A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. This, you see this blue logo here on the top left corner? Guys, we earned that A+ rating, years ago, okay? And that's based on our excellent service. All right, so now we are going to contact that funeral home like closest to the area where the service is going to be rendered, and then we will pay that funeral home on the spot, guys. So when relatives, let's say when they lose a relative, guess what? Then they call us, and then we contact the funeral home in the area, and they will take care of the rest. Okay, so here we go. Now, in the same token that we use the NFDA in the United States, then we also use other organizations like ALPAR and Remanso in Latin America or the Caribbean. Okay, you see these other two organizations here on the top or on the right corner here. Okay, all right. So, guys, so because we also may have members who actually live in Latin America or the Caribbean, all right? So here we go. Now, the next slide is like a summary of what we do. See, I already went over the coverage area. Remember, that's all the United States, no exception, all states, the Caribbean and Latin America. As far as the benefits, okay? I'll give you more details, okay? Remember that we cover all basic funeral expenses in the coverage areas. Now, what is it exactly that covers funeral expenses? Guys, wherever you go in the United States, there are 7 items that are considered standard as far as a funeral service. So if you want to know what those 7 items are, we have this agent guide, okay? It's available to you for agents, okay? So there we go. And this agent's guide is everything that I'm going over. This is like the Bible of your business here, of Assure for Life, all right? So here we go. All right. So, all right. So here are the 7 items that I was talking to you about. Okay. As soon as we pay that funeral home, then we're gonna cover, see, the collection of the body. Okay, guys, you should know that when somebody passes away at home, we only have like 3 to 4 hours to pick up that body. That's by law, guys. Okay, that's why it's so important that they call us immediately. Okay, at any time. Okay, we have an emergency line that is available 24/7, 365. All right, so it covers the preparation of the deceased. Okay, and for the vigil, if that's what the family wants. All right, it covers the basic viewing time, the standard coffin. If they want a different one, they may go ahead and pay for the difference. Okay, we pay for the standard one. It covers the book of signatures, the funeral director's expenses. These are basically the funeral home services, right? Expenses, and then 1 death certificate. These items, guys, are standard at any funeral home that you go to. Anything that you don't see here, then we don't cover. Remember why? Because we cover the basic funeral expenses, okay, in the United States. Now, remember that this is only one of the three main benefits that we offer. So I went over the basic funeral expenses. Now let me continue with the presentation here. And then we also cover the transportation, okay, of the body anywhere in the United States. I'll give you an example. Let's say the holder lives in Florida and the dad lives in New York, okay? So in that example, family has options, okay? We will pay for a round trip ticket for the holder to go to the funeral service in New York, okay? All right, and so we also cover an airline ticket for the holder to go to the funeral service anywhere within the coverage area, guys, okay? Now we have, I mentioned we have a family plan, all right? A family plan, remember, accepts up to 7 people. Now, the only people that need to be related to the holder, and by the way, guys, the holder must live in the United States. The 6 other members may live anywhere in the coverage area. They may live in Latin America or the Caribbean, okay? Now, the only 2 people that need to be related to the holder are the parents or the partner. So the plan accepts maximum 2 people over the age of 65 up to age 80, and those people can only be either the parents or the partner of the holder, or a combination of both, but maximum 2 people, all right? Now the rest of the group, to complete 7, those other folks, they don't need to be related to the holder. And then they may live anywhere in the coverage area, all right? Now, guys, something very important that is not here on the presentation, and that you must tell clients, is that we have 4 pre-existing conditions, okay? Our product is very simple. We only have 2 plans. We have 2 waiting periods, okay, and 2 rates, okay? So here we go. Now, as you can see, the family plan is not designed for the grandmother or the father-in-law or the mother-in-law. They need to have a separate plan with their children, okay, in another plan, all right? So unless those folks are younger than 65, because you may run into a young couple, let's say in their 20s, maybe the grandmother or the father-in-law or mother-in-law, they're still on their 65. So in that case, you may include father-in-law and mother-in-law. Remember, only if they are younger than 65, because the only people that may be older than 65 are either the parents, remember that, or the partner of the holder. Notice that I say the partner of the holder. They don't need to be married. They don't need to be the same sex. We don't ask any other questions. Guys, we don't do medical exams, okay? We don't ask for a social security number. People don't need to have a legal status to own our plan, okay? Even the holder, okay? But please keep in mind that the holder has privileges, okay? Only the holder may have the airline ticket, and that is not transferable under any circumstances. If the holder, let's say, cannot travel because the person is sick, or maybe because they don't get permission at work, or maybe they didn't like the friend that, or the brother-in-law that maybe, they name as a member, and now they are not in good terms, and then, maybe the owner does not want to go to that funeral, So just keep in mind that it's not transferable under any circumstance, okay? Now let's go over the 4 pre-existing conditions, all right? So very simple, okay? Only 4 pre-existing conditions, and those conditions are, we are gonna go over those 4 pre-existing conditions, and we're talking now about terminal illness, cancer, dialysis, or brain tumor. Please take notes, okay? Terminal illness, cancer, dialysis, or brain tumor. Okay, in the case of cancer, keep in mind that some people go through very successful treatments and they are no longer in cancer or with cancer. That's called being in remission. So as long as the doctor says that the person no longer has cancer, that person may be a member of our plan since day 1. All right. Now, if somebody, let's say, had a kidney transplant, Rocky, I heard you mention that dialysis, right? Guess what? As long as they are not on dialysis, it's fine. What if somebody tells you, Rocky, I had a heart attack last month? Guess what? Good news. You may be a member of our plan because that's not one of our exemptions. Isn't that great? Guys, These 4 pre-existing conditions are at the time of the application. And we don't do any medical exam. So you will ask yourself, how is it that the company is able to find out whether a person is lying or not on the application? Very simple, guys. Remember that I mentioned that we also take care of the death certificate. Well, that reveals the exact reason why the person passed away. So if the person passed away because of one of the 4 pre-existing conditions, guys, then we're gonna want to know more, and we will know more, and we will have access to medical records. And then if we find out that that sickness, one of the 4 pre-existing conditions, was diagnosed before the application date, then of course we have the right to deny the benefit, and we have done it, guys. Okay. So that's, remember, at the time of the application. Now, if any of the members become sick after the application date, guess what? They're already covered. Okay, so that's fine. So when I mentioned that we cover parents up to age 80, that means that that's at the time of the application. Now, once they're in the plan and they go over age 80, it's not that we're going to kick them out of the plan. We actually will go with them until their last days. Okay, let's say if they pass away at age 80, 90, 100, we will go with them as long as they make the monthly payments or whatever frequency of payment they decide, then they have coverage. Because remember, this is a membership, guys. Just to give an example, okay? It's just like if you go to Costco, right? You pay a monthly membership. What happens if you stop paying? Then you no longer have the right to use the services. It's as simple as that. And that's the way our product works, okay? So now let's talk about waiting periods, guys. I mentioned that we have 2 waiting periods. Guys, our members have coverage, okay, almost immediately. And they say the reason I say almost is because it's actually at the time that the client's account is drafted, okay? Keep remember that if the client, let's say, tells you, Rocky, I like your plan, but I don't have the money today, I'll have the money on Monday as an example, guess what? No problem. The platform that you're gonna use is gonna allow you to postpone the payment date. But in that case, you gotta let the client know that the waiting period starts as soon as the client's account is drafted, okay? So, so if a person, a member dies because of an accident, a violent death, or suicide, then the coverage is immediately after the draft it has happened, okay? The draft of their account, all right? Now, we also have a 180-day waiting period, guys, and that's for sicknesses, okay? Here reads natural death, that's for sicknesses. So that means that our members need to have our plan for 6 months before they have the right to get their funeral service paid for our plan. Simple as that. Guys, this is a legal contract. We don't bend the laws. We don't make any exemptions. You know how that goes. Once you start making an exemption, everybody else is gonna want to have an exemption. So let's say a client passes away on day 170. Guess what? We're sorry, but you know they have not gone that through that waiting period yet. Okay, so it's after 180 days that we deliver the funeral service. Now, remember that we don't deliver any cash benefits, okay, to our clients, and we don't do any reimbursements, guys. No, even somebody, let's say pass away before the 180-day waiting period, we don't give them any money back. Okay, think about the membership as Costco as an example, right? What happens if you stop paying the membership and then you try to collect the money of previous months that whether you use them or not, you don't have the right to collect that money. Okay, it's the same way. Okay, so now we also have a if a family, okay, they don't pay the plan for 3 months, then it cancels automatically. However, our customer service department is so great that they will contact the client every month to make sure why they have not paid their plan. Guys, the consistency ratio in our plan is very high. It's over 90%. Okay, remember, people know that the more they have it, the closer they are gonna need the service. Okay, it's as simple as that. And guys, the company has been so successful, it's unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, okay? In the middle of a pandemic, the company is thriving, especially because we have a new compensation system, okay? And we'll go over that. Now, questions in reference to what I just went over. If you have a question, please feel free to unmute your mic. Questions, anybody? Okay, in the meantime, if somebody has a question, please feel
Yes.
free to interrupt me. Okay, so who is this?
My name is Karen Harris.
Hi, Karen. What's
How
your
are
question?
you? My question is, when it comes to the parents and partner of holder, is that only for the flight benefit? When
That's
you look at under the benefits and you were talking about the parents and partners of the holder up to 80 years of age, maximum 2 people within the family plan.
right.
Can you explain that one again for me, please?
Sure. So what that means is that the holder, remember that most reside in the United States, must be between the ages of 18 and 65. We consider age 65 until the last day before the person turns 66. Our plan is going to allow that holder to include his or her own parents up to age 80, or the partner, the parents or the partner, or a combination of both, but maximum 2 people up to age 80. All right. Now the rest of the group, to complete 7, those other people, okay, no, they don't need to be related to the holder, and they must be age 65 or younger. Okay, and they may live anywhere. The other people may live anywhere in the coverage area. Okay.
All right. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Great. Fantastic. So now
I have a question as well. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
My name is Carlos. My question is for the parents, age 80. Is that also up to and including 80? In other words, the day before they turn 81, or is it up to 79 and whatever?
We consider age 80 until the last day before they turn 81.
Perfecto. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome, Carlos. Okay, great. All right, so now we're gonna go over. You'll have more chances later. Okay, here we go. Well, we're gonna go over the more details. Okay, that each plan offers. Okay, that our plan offers, the family plan. Okay, so now people in our plan have options, guys. Our plan is so flexible, it's unbelievable. Okay, now people have these 3 different options, but this is not for families to decide at the time of the application. Even better, this is at the time for the family to decide when the service is needed. Okay, so they have the right to all of them. It's just that they have to select just one at the time that the service is required. So now the first option is the national option. Okay, so keyword national. This is when we deliver the funeral service in the United States. It's as simple as that. Okay, now and I'll give you more details of what each option covers. Okay, the return option, guys, keyword here, return. Returning where? Returning to the country where the person was born in, or to the country where the person was residing in. Okay, I'll give you an example. I have my mom in Colombia protected under this plan. Okay, so guess what? Because most of our family lives in Colombia, they may decide that they may ask the plan to, let's say, transfer the body right from the United States to Latin America or the Caribbean, whichever country applies, because that's what the family wants, right? And that's what the plan offers. Now, what if, let's say, as an example, somebody who resides in the United States, right? And then they maybe go on vacation to Latin America or the Caribbean, and the person passed away in those countries. The plan is going to bring the body back to the United States, because that's the country where the person was residing in. Okay, so we have more people coming in at this time. We have a nice group of people, 27 right now, and that number keeps growing. That's the return option, guys. Remember, returning to the country where the person was born in, or returning to the country where the person was residing in, okay, within our coverage area. Please remember that. Our origin option is the flexibility that our plan offers, that we can name relatives or friends who live in Latin America or the Caribbean. It could be the parents, friends, neighbors, co-workers. I mean, it doesn't matter. Ex-lovers, we don't care, okay? So that's the way it works. So now let me give you more details about these different options, okay? So the national option, guys, as I mentioned, see the national option here on the left covers the transfer, okay, of the body within the country. It covers all basic funeral expenses, and I went over that. It covers cremation, guys. We have to ask questions. What is it that they want? If it is either cremation or a burial, okay? So those are the only two options, right? So guess what? The funeral plan covers, our funeral plan covers cremation and standard urn or coffee and hearse to the cemetery. Why? Here reads and hearse to the cemetery, guys. One difference, okay, here is that keep in mind that in the United States we are going to pay for the standard funeral expenses. However, if somebody wants a burial, we do not cover burial expenses in the United States. You have to be very clear with your clients. If they want a burial in the United States, you have to let them know that our plan will take the body from the funeral home to the cemetery, and then our service is going to stop right there. They need to have a separate plan for the burial. Guys, in the United States, one thing is the funeral expenses, right? And a totally different thing is, a totally different business is the burial, okay? They need to have a burial if that's what they want, okay? Now, I have good news for Latin America and the Caribbean, okay? So here we go. Now, the airline ticket, guys, is standard in all options, okay? And remember, that's for the holder and only for the holder. That ticket is not transferable, okay? Please mention that to your clients, because if you don't, then you may look bad. You know, the clients are gonna say that you did not give them the correct information, okay? So the return option, remember, returning where? To the country where the person was living before, right? Or the country where the person was born in within our coverage area. Those of you who are coming in late, okay, I know that then later you might have questions about what I went over. So please be patient, okay? This is gonna be shared, also this presentation, through your sponsor, okay? So here we go. Now, return option covers, see, the cost of the transportation of the body in all coverage routes. That is from Latin America to or the Caribbean to the United States, or from the United States to Latin America or the Caribbean, or between all those countries, all right, within the coverage area. I'll give you an example. Let's say let's say somebody was born in Haiti, as an example, and then the person goes on vacation to Brazil. Guess what? The plan is gonna pay for the transportation from Brazil to either the United States, if the person was residing here, or to Haiti, because that was the country where the person was born in. Hope you get the idea, okay? So, guys, our plan covers the reception at the destination, okay? Somebody's got to receive that body, you know, once it gets to, right, its destination. The plan covers that. And guess what? The family does not have to worry about that. The plan, see, guys, when people acquire our plan, they not only have to worry about the cost of the funeral home, right? Or the airline ticket, or the transportation of the body, because the company, our company, will take care of that, all those arrangements. We make all those arrangements. Can you imagine buying an airline ticket from one day to the next? What happens? It's very expensive. That, well, our company pays for that, okay? And it also makes the arrangements, all right? So the return option covers all basic funeral expenses at the destination, and then the airline ticket, as I mentioned, for the holder, all right? Now, if the return option is, let's say, somebody who was born in Latin America or the Caribbean, then we will pay also the let me see.
Put on the chair.
Okay, so please keep your mics muted, okay? We need your help here. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Let me mute everybody here. Okay, so here we go. Now the roots option, right? Or origin option, guys. That is when we cover, remember, the funeral services in Latin America or the Caribbean, okay? And then we will cover all basic funeral expenses in Latin America or the Caribbean, okay? And we are gonna cover also either cremation, very important, see what it reads here, cremation or burial, guys, in Latin America or the Caribbean. We cover burial expenses. Up to how much? Where whatever is considered standard, guys. Okay, it's as simple as that. Because we pay a limited amount, okay, but it covers the basics or whatever is standards, okay, according to modes, uses, and customs. So whatever the area offers as standard, that's exactly that we're going to deliver, guys. So those people who live in very remote areas, okay, then as long as let's say the closest funeral home, even if it is far away, but as long as that funeral home is willing to, let's say, move a little bit here because I have the sun in my face. Okay, that funeral home, as long as that funeral home is willing to offer the service, okay, in that remote area, then we will pay the services to that funeral home. Remember that we never deliver a cash benefit to our members. So think about when you're going to name a member in our plan, make sure that in the area, guys, there is a funeral system, a funeral service that is already established. So if people ask you, hey, but I have somebody who lives like very far away, from the big city, you have to tell them, hey, you know what? How do people do in those areas? Give them answer that with this question. How do they let's say do a funeral service when somebody like let's say passes away in those areas, remote areas? Oh, they have to maybe rent a special transportation to take the body to a big city. Well, if that's what's standard in the area, remember, we depend on what the area offers as a standard funeral service. That's exactly that we're going to pay for. And we never pay the family. We need to pay to a funeral home. All right. So the airline ticket again is standard in all options. Any questions in reference to the details of the different options that relatives or the family have in let's say at the time that the service is required?
I do have a question. This is Greta Crosby. I have a family member. Well, actually, a lot of my members are from Jamaica, my family.
Okay.
And I also have a family member that owns a funeral home. So my question to you is, I did inquire just to kind of get an idea. So when I start offering, this type of coverage, I wanted to make sure I understood. Speaking to my sister, that usually handle a lot of the funerals in Jamaica.
Okay.
She said that the package they have in Jamaica is that when you purchase the casket, that's actually the package. That's the whole burial package. So a coverage like this, what benefit would it be to someone that's in that position? What would we offer? Like I do understand that we will offer that if a person is here in the United States that passed away and they want to go to Jamaica, just make sure I understand correctly, that body would be flown to Jamaica if that's where they were born.
Right.
And vice versa, correct?
That's
If they're
correct.
okay.
Yes.
So because I misunderstood that we don't cover the casket when I first heard about the coverage. So with Jamaica, you pay a casket package, and that covers the whole funeral itself. The family is responsible for, I guess, digging the plot, and that's pretty much it. So
Well,
our coverage, what benefit would it be to like my family?
okay, yeah, to give you more details, okay, a good question. Okay, in an example like that, okay, our plan will cover whatever is standard. Just to say that's general, but then what's standard? Where we will pay for the transportation of the body from the United States to Jamaica in that example. We will pay for a standard casket. We will pay for the funeral service, okay? We will cover the preparation of the body for the vigil, if that's what the family wants. We will cover the funeral expenses, okay? And in the United States, it's common to use like a book for people, sign when they go to a funeral. And then we're also, because it does an example in Jamaica or in general in Latin America or the Caribbean, we're going to cover then the burial also, the transportation to the cemetery, the opening of the hole, the closing. And it's common, okay, in Latin America or the Caribbean to rent, okay, a spot at the cemetery for the burial. So if that's what the area offers as a standard, that's exactly that we're gonna pay for. So also keep in mind that, let's say somebody tells you, hey, I already have a spot paid at a cemetery. Well, as long as that cemetery is part or is affiliated, with our organization, then we will use that cemetery. Remember, just because of the fact that somebody paid for something at a particular cemetery, but maybe we don't deal with that cemetery. That's why it's very important for you to mention that is the company the one that selects the funeral home and the cemetery in the case of Latin America or the Caribbean. So as long as it's that funeral home or cemetery is affiliated to our services, then we are going to provide the service in that cemetery in particular. Okay. So now, I mentioned that if they already have a spot, well, then you don't need it. Then it's not that we're going to give you like a cash credit, right? For what you already have. It doesn't work like that, okay? So that's just the way it works. So does that answer your question?
I believe so. So what you're saying is that, like for Jamaica, for instance, if their standard burial is the packages you speak of, then
Right.
that's what the company will be covering if that company is affiliated with the Assure.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah. So remember, just because of the fact that the company selects the funeral home or the cemetery, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to just look for the one that's like the cheapest one in town. Okay. Remember that part. We actually make sure it's a good quality funeral home or cemetery in the case of Latin America or the Caribbean. Okay. And yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna continue. Let me see. Let's move forward here, and now let's go over the rates, guys. The plan that I went over is the family plan. And remember that I mentioned at the beginning that we have two plans, okay? So this is the family plan. By the way, we also have a plan for one person or two people, okay? So we'll go over that in a little while, okay? So guys, the family plan, as I explained it, with all those benefits, is either $75 or $50 per month, depending on the state where the people live in. So in most states in the United States, the family plan is $75 per month. All right. Now there are 6 states, okay, in the United States, in which the plan is only $50 per month. So please pay attention. In the states of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, California, and Puerto Rico, the plan is the same plan with the same benefits, is $50 per month. Why? Because the funeral costs in these states are lower compared to the rest of the United States. Guys, please keep in mind that each state has, the funeral services are different in each state. So to simplify everything, okay, we only have those 2 rates, okay? So now there are only 3 scenarios. This is very important, okay? 3 scenarios that determine whether a group is gonna pay either $50 or $75 per month. So here we go. We have a family here, okay, the holder, and then 6 members, right? 6 other members. So guess what? We have to, scenario number 1, we have to take into consideration the state in which the holder lives in. Because if the holder lives in a state other than these 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75 per month. Okay, keep that in mind. $75 per month. Now, scenario number 2, and it's right here. See, if the majority of the group, okay, I'm talking about 4 or more in a group of 7, living in states other than those 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75 per month, regardless where the rest of the group lives in. All right. And then the last possible scenario is that if at least one of the 2 people over 65, remember, which can only be either the parents or the partner of the holder, live in a state other than those 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75 per month. Please remember that. So those of you who live in these 6 states, yeah, the majority of your sales are going to be $50 per month because maybe, right, all family lives in the same state. But guess what? Don't rush to talk about $50 per month. Guess what? Because what if somebody tells you, let's say, let me give you an example. You live in Florida, right? And then you automatically think of, oh, in Florida is $50. Okay. What if the person tells you, oh, my dad, I want to protect my dad, but he lives in Texas. Oh, now just because of that, see, Texas is not one, in this example, is not one of these 6 states. Just because the dad living in a state other than this, then you know that it's going to be $75 per month, even if the holder lives in Florida. Okay. So keep that in mind, okay? Any questions in reference to the rates? No questions? Okay, more questions at the end.
Actually, yes, I'm sorry. I just had to unmute because I thought I had it until your last statement where you confused me. Because I thought it was, or I had understood at first, is even if the holder lives, and I live in Florida, so I'll say Florida, even if the holder lives in Florida, if 4 of the 7, so if another 3 of the family lived in a state that wasn't one of these 6 states, then it would be $75. But then the last example that you said was, okay, if the holder lives in Florida, but the father lives in Texas, then it's $75. So
Yeah.
is it 4 or is it just one other person?
Remember, this is 3 different scenarios, okay?
Yeah.
So scenario number 1, if the holder lives in a state other than these 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75 regardless where the rest of the group lives in.
Okay.
Scenario number 2, if the majority of the group lives in states other than these 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75 per month.
Okay.
The last possible scenario, if at least one of the 2 people over 65, which remember, or only the partner living in a state other than these 6 states, the whole group is going to pay $75
Okay.
per month.
Got it. Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Good question. Now, these pictures here, guys, these are pictures of our first funeral home in the United States, and it's located in the beautiful city of Pembroke Pines. Those of you in other states, Pembroke Pines is a nice city, kind of like in between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Guys, this is our funeral home. If you see, it doesn't look like a typical funeral home, okay? So people in the area, okay, if they lose a relative, they are welcome to use our own funeral home in Pembroke Pines. It's beautiful. See, it doesn't look like a typical funeral home, as I said, okay? It actually looks like executive offices, and we have offices there too. Okay, okay. We invite you, okay, for us to have a cup of coffee while we are still alive. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is the last slide here of our presentation that shows our customer service number. Okay, Darisha, you raise your hand. What's your question?
Hi, yes. Question. So you mentioned the age of 65.
Right.
And I don't know if New York was one of the states with the 50 or the 75. It eludes me right this second. But
Yeah.
if you're 65
right.
and you were born in one state, spent most of your life in another state, and then you end up traveling, so you're in neither of those 2 states when you pass away.
No.
Yeah, what would be the fee and how does that work?
Okay. Remember that we just take into consideration the state in which the person or the majority of the group, right? I mean, the holder or the majority of the group or the person over or the people over 65. All right. So at the time when the service is needed. Okay. So as an example, if somebody, it doesn't matter where they were born. Okay. So let's say as an example, somebody lives in New York and they travel to, let's say, to Ohio, and then the person passed away over there, the plan is going to bring the body back to New York, and that is going to be a $50 a month plan because the person lives in New York. But remember, there are other scenarios that determine whether a group is going to pay either $50 or $75 per month. That's why I went over the 3 scenarios, okay?
Right, but that's if it's a group. I was just speaking individually, like, yeah.
Yeah. The same concept applies, okay? Let's say if you sell a plan in New York, as an example, the person lives in New York and then travels to Nevada. Guess what? The person passed away in Nevada. The plan is going to bring the person back to New York. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Cool beans. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Great. guys, as far as sicknesses, okay, because now with the pandemic, people are going to ask you, does your plan cover COVID? The answer is going to be no. Let me explain to you why. Because see, COVID is a sickness, and then we will treat it just like any other sickness. Okay, so we all know that in most cases, people, with COVID die like in 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay, more or less. So because they are not gone past the waiting period, that's why it does not cover. Okay, that's the way it works. Okay, now I was going over our customer service line, guys. Is available from Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 Eastern time. And this is the line for clients to call for things like, hey, I changed my credit card number. I need to update that. So this number is also for agents to call if they want to maybe make a correction on a contract or things like that, which we have an email. Okay, corrections, guys. When you submit a contract, we only have 3 days to make corrections to the contracts. And see, I have 3 people here raising their hand. Please unmute your mic. Okay. Questions?
Yes, sir. Sir, my excuse me. My question is, what if I was in the program prior to catching COVID? Okay, am I covered then?
No, because
I was good and healthy.
Yeah, but remember that there is a 6-month waiting period.
And I caught COVID.
The 6-month waiting.
Yes, and I've been in the program for 3 years.
Oh no, if you have been in the program,
but let's just say I've been in the program for 3 years now.
Oh yes, of course. After the
and then I catch COVID.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Okay, you're correct.
Okay.
That example.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, very good point. Okay, because you're talking about somebody who already passed the 6-month waiting period. Okay, and you have a point. Okay, and it's valid. Okay, that of course after the 6-month waiting period, then we will cover any. We will deliver the service because of any sickness. Okay, it's just that if the person, remember that if the person passes away because of one of the 4 pre-existing conditions, then that's what we're gonna find out more at that point. Okay, and great. Okay, good question. So now, guys, here we have. I was talking about the customer service line. Okay, available Monday to Friday from 9 to 5 Eastern time. Guys, what happens if somebody lives in a state in which their plan is $50 per month, right, for the group that they have? But now they move to a state in which the rate is $75 per month. They have to report that change of address, and therefore they have to pay more for their plan. But the opposite is also true. Okay, if you're paying 75 because you're on a $75 a month plan, and then you move to a $50 a month plan, we will review it, and if it applies, then you will pay less. Okay, guys, this is the emergency line number here, down here. Our clients, your clients, are going to receive. Let me show you examples here. This is a let's see here. This is a sample of the contract that people get in the mail. Those clients who want a physical contract. This is how it looks like. This is just to give you an idea. Okay, this is an actual contract, and this is the card. This is a magnetic card that people get in in that package. This is a magnetic card that they can put on their refrigerator. All right, so they can have this 1-800 number, our customer service line, but more importantly, our emergency line, which is available 24/7, 365. Okay, guys. So here we go. Now let's talk about the silver plan. Remember that I told you that we have 2 plans, right? To finish here with the emergency line, guys, remember we have to let the clients know that that's the number that they should call at 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because if they don't have this number, they're gonna call you at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't want that. But if that ever happens, please direct them to the emergency line, okay? They will know what to do immediately. 4 people have their hands raised. Okay, please feel free to unmute your mic.
Hi, Rocky.
Hello.
Hi, I wanted you to expound on the benefits where there are 7. I mean, not 7, because the 7 is normal, but then there's where you can have 8 people on the policy.
Oh, okay. Good question. It's just that the platform that you're going to use, guys, is going to allow you to add an additional person, okay, for an additional $15 per month if it is a $50 a month plan. All right. So that's why you may have up to 8 people, but remember, that's because the platform that you're going to use is going to allow you to add an additional person for an additional fee. All right. Because let's go over the fees, okay, so you can better understand this. On the agent's guide, guys, I keep going back to the agent's guide, okay? Here you will find this chart right here. You will find everything that I'm going over. See, here are the 4 pre-existing conditions that, remember, guys, they are not on the presentation, okay? And then you have to go over them, okay? And then here are more details about the different options: national option, return option, which option, and then the basic funeral expenses in the United States. Please go over that, okay? And then here is this chart that shows that one person, see, pays $15 per month for the same benefits, guys, okay? And then $25 in all other states, okay? $15 in the what we call the low rate states, and then $25 in all other for one person. Guys, this one person or these 2 people, this line here in the middle, these people have to be age 65 or younger, okay? That's the limitation for the plan for one person or 2 people, age 65 or younger. Again, we consider age 65 before the last day they turn 66, all right? And then 2 people are gonna pay $25 per month in the low rate states and $40 per month in all other states. The third line right here, up to 7 people, that's the family plan. You see, $75 or $50 per month, all right? So now, what happens to those folks who do not have children? Therefore, they cannot be in a family plan, okay? So let me see. Okay, do you still have a question, Randy? Your hand is still up, okay? Questions, anybody else? No more questions? Okay, I'll go over the silver plan then, okay?
Mr. Walter, how you doing?
Good, good. What's your name, please?
This is DJ. So she asked you about how you can get the 8 people in that plan. How much you gonna be, or they only have to add $15 or $25. That's right. After that, 7 people. Isn't that the
$15.
way it is?
$15 if it is a $50 a month plan,
If it's
or
in
yeah, or $25 in all other states. If it is a $75.
I think that was the question she asked you. But yeah, she wants to know what about 8? How you can get those 8 people in
Yes.
that?
So the additional person, that person number 8, would pay $15 in the $50 a month plan, or $25 in the $75 a month plan. All right.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, great. And guys, I also, it's good for you to know, those of you who are new, okay, the platform that you're gonna use is gonna allow you to sell from home, basically in pajamas. See, the same way that we're working from home here, now you have the ability to hold sales over the telephone anywhere in the United States, okay? Because the platform that you're gonna use is gonna send a text message to the holder. Code is going to serve as acceptance to our terms and conditions, and it's actually an electronic signature. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go over the silver plan. Okay, guys, remember the silver plan is designed for people. Okay.
I'm sorry, Rocky. Somebody is making a lot of background noise, and your voice keeps breaking up. So,
okay, so
could everybody please mute themselves?
Okay, I'm gonna mute you all guys here on my end, and whoever has a question, please feel free to unmute your mic. I have here raised hands. Derisha, do you have a question, or Mrs. Judy? You still have your hands up here.
Yes, I had a question.
Okay, go ahead.
My question, this is Miss Judy. My question was, if someone has a plan and say on their plan they didn't have 7 and they didn't ask for an additional 8, but maybe they had 5 people on their plan. Is there a rule of thumb if they came across and they want to add more people to their plan because they didn't quite have 7 and they decided that they wanted 1 or 2 more people? How does that happen? Is it allowed?
Good question. Yes, it's allowed, but then see that would be like a change to original application, and changes, corrections can only be made within 3 days after you submit the application. Otherwise, the client will have to wait until the next anniversary of the plan. Okay, so guys,
Yeah.
so that's why it's so important when you submit a contract. Okay, you are going to have the ability to download it, to send it to the client, okay, as an attachment to an email for them to review it and make sure that everything is correct. We have, we need help with that. As existing agents, we need help because there is extra work that we're doing that, if we do the right job at the beginning, then we don't need to have extra work after that. Okay. And keep in mind that if the address is not correct, the clients will not get the contract. They will get mad. They will call you, and then it's like it's not good. Okay, so we want to make sure that we input the right information. And those of you who are interested in let's say knowing how to write an application, you're welcome to stay at the end of the training. Okay, so we'll continue here with the training. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So the silver plan is for people. It's the same. It's a plan with the same benefits, guys, as in the family plan. The only difference is that this is for people between the ages of 66 and 75 who do not have children. Therefore, they cannot be in a family plan. Because remember, the family plan requires a holder, right? A daughter or a son between 18 and 65 that can be the holder. So they may include the parents. So what happens if they don't have children? That's why we created the silver plan. Okay, guys, each plan, regardless, okay, if it is 1 person, 2 people, family plan or the silver plan, each plan has a $20 enrollment fee. Okay, and that is also commissionable. Okay, so here we go. And this is the rates. These are the rates for the silver plan. 1 person pays $50 per month. Remember, this is somebody between 66 and 75. But guys, the silver plan is also so flexible, so unbelievable. See this figure here with 2 people on the right? Guys, this other person, the additional person here, keep in mind that the holder, the first person, must be between 66 and 75, right? But guess what? That other person does not need to be related to the holder, okay? That other person may be, let's say, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a neighbor. That other person may live anywhere in the coverage area, may live in, anywhere in the United States, Latin America, or the Caribbean. All right. And they don't need to be related to the holder. Okay. And that person, that other person may be, let's say, from day 1 of being born all the way to age 75. Isn't that flexibility? My goodness, that is so awesome and so unbelievable. When it reads here, age, the other person from 0 to 75 without degree of consanguinity, guys, what that means is that person does not need to be related to the holder. Okay, so here we go. Now, in the low rate states, remember those states: California, New York, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Puerto Rico. In the silver plans, 1 person pays $35, 2 people pay $50 per month. All right. Any questions in reference to the silver plan? The benefits, remember, are exactly the same. See, the holder gets the airline ticket, everything is the same benefits. Okay, it's exactly the same benefits. Okay, here we go. Now, let's talk about money. Okay, how you get paid. Okay, helping people, guys. This is actually helping the community because this is a unique product, guys. This is a product that not every agent sells, not everybody has, and everybody needs. Okay, it's unbelievable. So here we go. We truly believe that today, okay, if you're new, today begins a great opportunity for growth in your life. So here we go. This is just a summary here of what we do. You know, Assure for Life is the best funeral assistance plans in the United States, okay? And then we cover, see, all funeral expenses in the United States, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Those of you who were asking for the Caribbean, here it is, okay? See, the plan accepts parents up to 80 years of age. Remember, parents or partner, okay? We cover the transportation or the transfer of the body in all coverage routes. We do not do any medical exams. We do not ask for immigration status. Guys, by the way, you should know that, you know, by law, it's not just because we're a nice company, okay? By law, somebody even with no legal status has the right to a funeral service, to a death certificate, and to their body to be transported to the country of origin, okay? Our warm, human warmth and quality, product quality are unmatched, guys. That's why we have earned that A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So here we go. Now let's talk about the different options that you have here as an agent, okay? When you come to work with us. Guys, you may be just a salesperson, and that's fine, okay? We're happy to have a lot of salespeople in our organization, but guess what? If you're ambitious in a good way and you plan to build a team, now you're gonna be compensated, you're gonna get compensated very well. So here we go. Guys, if you become if you come to work with us, you want to become a regional manager. This is our top position, guys. This position pays $40,000 per month. Guys, we don't have a regional manager in our company. Is that going to be you? Okay, are you going to be the first regional manager in our company? Now, keep in mind, guys, okay, it's something that you need to know if you're new. I mentioned that this company has been around for 70 years with this successful, unique product. Guess what? Only this past June, the company came up with this awesome compensation program. That's why we don't have any regional managers yet, okay? So here we go. Now, not only manager make those incomes, the company, see, as a company, we have a goal that we want to, let's say, our name, we want to that name to become a household name in the United States, just like the McDonald's, okay? So who is going to have their own Assure for Life office? Because when you get to the regional manager level, the company is going to help you pay a monthly bonus of $3,000 to help you pay your own Assure for Life office. Isn't that great? All right. So here we go, guys. Let's talk about the different, let's say, number of sales that is required for you to reach different levels with our company. Okay. So here we go. Beginner, that's when you bring just one sale. Okay, we're talking about a calendar month here. Okay, between the first and the last day of the month. If you bring one sale, you are considered a beginner. If you bring 6 sales, you are a junior rep, senior rep, 10 sales. Guys, these first 3 positions you may reach just by doing or making personal sales. But of course, it's better as a team. It's easier as a team. Okay. Now you become a director, and we have people who became director, okay, in 1 and 2 months. We have several directors already. That's when they bring 25 sales during a month, okay? Now leader 52, manager 102, division manager 202, and regional manager 402. Let me give you more details, okay? This is our compensation structure right here, okay? Every time I see this compensation structure, you know, it's like I get so excited, it's unbelievable. Okay, so here we go. Now, when you bring one sale, right, you're a beginner, and then you get paid 35% commission of whatever the client pays on an annual basis. Okay, so this chart here, these commissions are calculated based on a $50 a month plan. Remember that. If it is a $75 a month plan, so it's even more of what I'm going to show you here, right? So $50 a month times 12 months is $600. That's why on this last column here, annualized sales, okay? Then that's the annualized sale, right? That's what the client pays on a year. So guess what? 35% of $600 is $217. Guys, just with one sale, and a product that is so easy to sell, okay, and everybody needs. So $217. I'll show you later how you get paid, okay? So now, You also get paid, this column right here, guys, RES direct means residual income from personal sales, okay? So yes, we pay residual income after month 13, 1% of whatever you write, okay? Personal sales. Now, remember that you become a junior when you bring 6 sales during a month, all right? And the way it works is that, guys, if you, let's say, bring 6 sales this month at any position, okay, then you're gonna start getting paid on that position starting the following month. Remember that, okay? So your personal sales are gonna be paid at 40%, all right? And then you earn 1% residual income. So the annualized sales required is $3,600. Right now, you become a senior rep, okay, and this should be like your minimum goal, guys, the first month. And there are even incentives for you to become junior and senior the first month. I'll show you why, because of bonuses. So, and that's the next slide. So you become a senior rep, and then you get paid a 50% contract on the following month. Remember, okay? Now your residual income on month 13 doubles, okay, to 2%, guys, and then the required annualized sales is $6,000. Remember, that's 10 sales at $50 per month. So do the math, right? 50% of $6,000, guys, that's $3,000 that you're gonna get paid, okay, starting on the following month, okay? Actually, on the following pay period, because we pay twice a month, okay? We'll talk about that more in detail, okay? Now, guys, remember that the first 3 positions in our company you may reach with just personal sales. Guys, I have to let you know, okay? We are not, okay, a multi-level marketing business, guys, okay? Because we don't have, see, you're not going to have an inventory at home that, you know, that you're going to have to sell to people, okay? This is an intangible product, okay? So no inventory in our business, all right? So guys, very interesting. Now, when you become a senior rep, see this column here on the far left? This is the percentage that you will earn from each beginner in your team. So see, as a senior rep, you are gonna earn an override income of 15% for each beginner that you have in your team, regardless that beginner is direct to you or not, okay? We'll talk about that, okay? That now, to become a director, okay, you need 2 senior reps. We'll talk about that. Then you get paid at 55% on personal sales. Your residual income doubles one more time to 4%, guys, and at this level, you start earning 1% residual income from whatever your team produces, okay? So let's do the math here. 55% of 15,000 of premium, guys, that is $8,500 with only 25 sales in your team, guys, all right? This is unbelievable. Now, a director overrides each beginner by 20%, guys. So how many beginners you want to have in your team? So that's why the name of the game here is just, you know, inviting agents, okay? So here we go. Now you become a leader, and we have leaders, okay, in our organizations already, okay, leaders, people who become leaders in a couple of months, okay? We already have, yes, a couple of leaders, okay? The awesome Thomas in Florida got promoted to leader last month, and then Diego Castañeda in California also got promoted to leader. We have a nice group of leaders here. Guys, a leader gets paid 60% contract on their own sales. Please let me make an adjustment here because the sun is like too, okay, great. So here we go. Leaders, 60% on personal sales, 4% residual income on personal sales, 1% residual income on the whole team. Guys, and a leader overrides each beginner by 25%. A manager gets paid at 65% contract on personal sales, 4% income, or this is residual income on personal sales, 1% residual income on the whole team, and then a manager overrides each beginner by 30%. Guys, a division manager gets paid at 70% contract, okay? And then 4% residual income on personal sales. The residual income on team sales doubles to 2%, okay? And then a division manager overrides each beginner by 35%. Remember that a beginner, they also make 35%. Okay, so see, you override them by exactly the same percentage. Isn't that great? And last but not least here, guys, the last position, the top position here is a regional manager, okay? A regional manager gets paid 80% commission on personal sales, 4% residual income on personal sales, 2% residual income on team sales, the whole team. And then, guys, a regional manager overrides each beginner by 45%. Can you believe that? A beginner makes 35% and the regional manager overrides that beginner by 45%. Guys, this all adds up, okay? Do the math. Okay, let's do the math here. Okay? The difference between a division manager and a regional manager here is 10%. So that means that 10% of $241,000, guys, is $24,000 for each division manager that you have in your team, guys, and you need at least two, okay, to reach that position, okay? So I'll give you more details here. All right, so let's talk about bonuses now, okay? So as a beginner, okay, remember that's one sale in a month. You get coded as an agent, okay? Now, junior rep, remember that's 6 sales in the first month. If you accomplish that, and this is only in the first month, okay, in your first month, see, very clear here, then 6 sales in the first month, you earn an additional bonus of $200, okay? Now, as a senior, in the first month, remember that's 10 sales, then you earn an additional $300 bonus. You become a director when you have 2 seniors, guys. If you see this graphic here on the right, okay, this is you here, and then our structure is so basic, guys. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. You only need 2 teams of the previous level where you are at. Let me explain that. See, as the common denominator from this point on is 2 people on the previous level that you are at. So as a director, see, you need 2 seniors, guys. So if you visualize yourself here as a director, you need to have 2 seniors. Remember that a senior is somebody who brings at least 10 sales, okay, as either personal or as a team. So as a director, you need 25 sales as a team, okay? Now, a leader, see, needs 2 directors. A manager gets promoted with 2 leaders. A division manager gets promoted with 2 managers. And a regional manager gets promoted with only 2 division managers. And then guess what? Remember the bonus that I was telling you about? At the regional manager position, guess what? You earn an additional $3,000 monthly bonus to help you pay your own Assure for Life office. Some conditions here, guys, okay? Guys, no matter what level you're at, you gotta make at least 2 personal sales, all right? Now, after being a leader, okay, you will receive a residual of teams that exceed your production by 1%, okay? So in other words, you get 1% of whatever team, let's say, exceeds your production, okay? Now, if after 2 consecutive months, you do not meet the level of the category that you just reached, then you stay at that position, all right? And guys, as you can see, the system is just designed for you to be active here, okay? Not only 2 sales a month, but your team, you're gonna have a big team of people, you know, producing. But if for any reason, okay, we understand that maybe a person gets sick or maybe they go on vacation, but if you are inactive for more than 3 months, then you will lose your entire raise, okay? That's plenty of time for you to come back and maintain your production, okay? Now, any commission, guys, any commissions that you get paid from the team is paid in 5% increments in future months. As an example, in the first month, okay, whatever commission from your team is gonna be, we're gonna pay 5%, and then 10% the following month, and then 15% the following month, and so on. Okay, guys, questions in reference to the compensation? Questions?
Yes, Rocky, this is Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Hi, I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
One, the commissions, when you get it, whatever percentage is from beginner all the way through regional manager, is it paid as earned or is it paid up front?
Good question, okay? You get paid as earned, guys, okay? And that's why there is no chargebacks in our business, okay? So very good point, Carlos, okay? So you agent, okay, are gonna get paid as the client pays, okay? But here's the thing, guys, as affordable as our plan is, what if I tell you that if a client pays a year in advance, they get 2 months free? Isn't that great? So see, we want to motivate people to pay a year in advance, because that's not only good for them. Okay, that's only good for you as an agent, because now on the following pay period, you are gonna get paid your full commission at whatever level you are at. Okay, we pay twice a month. Okay, so if the client pays every 6 months, they get 1 month free. If the client pays quarterly, they don't get any discount. Okay, and if the client pays monthly, they have to pay the first 3 months in advance. So let me give an example, right? On a $50 a month plan, somebody's gonna pay $150, right? The first 3 months plus the $20 enrollment fee. The total initial charge is $170. The client pays $170. If you're a senior rep, a 50% contract, then you get paid the full $217 commission, okay, on the following pay period. Guys, I mentioned that we have 2 pay periods. On the first 2 weeks of the month, okay, you get paid on the personal production. On the second half of the month, you get paid personal commercial, personal plus team production. Okay, so now the first pay period is going to be paid on let's say on the 15th and on the 30th. So let's say we close the month, right? Then you're gonna get paid no later than the 15th of the following month. But I promise you it's gonna be earlier. We just want to say the 15th, but most people get it, you know, around the 12th, 13th or so, okay? That's because we're still looking for a company that can process that faster. Trust me that, remember, this is a brand new compensation system. We're just improving the system as we go, okay? So I'll give you more examples on how commissions get paid later, okay? So here we go. We have, let me give you an example of how we calculate commissions here, guys, okay? I'm gonna give you an example of a $75 a month plan first, okay? So here we go. Somebody pays $75 per month, okay? $75 per month times 12 months, that's $900 plus $20 enrollment fee. The client pays $920, okay? Remember, if the client pays a year in advance, you get paid the full commission on the following pay period, okay? So if you're a beginner, remember, you get paid at 35%, your commission is $322. If you're a junior rep, that's when you bring 6 sales, a 40% contract, that's $368 per sale, okay? Times 6 sales, that's $2,208, okay? Plus you earn a $200 bonus if you meet this requirement during the first month, all right? So here we go. If you are a senior rep, remember with 10 sales during a month, you get paid a 50% contract. That's $460 times 10 sales. You will get paid $4,600. Okay, plus you override each beginner by 15%. Okay, if you're a director, okay, remember that's when somebody brings 25 sales in a month. You get paid at 55% contract. That's 506 sales. $6 times 25 sales, guys, that's $12,650 as a director with 25 sales. Can you believe that? Plus, you override each beginner by 20%. Do the math, okay? All that adds up. Guys, now let me give an example with a $50 a month plan, okay? It's the same example, but now with a $50 a month plan. Okay, client pays $50 a month times 12 months, that's $600 plus $20 enrollment fee. Client pays $620 per year. If you're a beginner, you get paid at 35%, that's $217. A junior rep with 6 sales, you get paid $248 per sale times 6 sales, that's $1,488. Okay, a junior rep with 10 sales at 50% contract, that's $310 times 10 sales, that's $3,100. Plus you override each beginner by 15%. Isn't that great? If you're a director with 25 sales, you get paid at 55%. That's $341 per sale times 25 sales. That's $8,525, guys. Plus you override each beginner by 20%. Unbelievable, okay? So remember, we close a monthly sales cycle as far as promotions, okay? But for commissions, it's twice a month. Guys, you don't want to spend an hour with each client, okay? We have this 40-second sales pitch, okay? It's very short. This is for agents. Once you learn how to present the product, then you can sell this over the telephone. But please remember that we have pre-existing conditions that you have to mention, okay? So this is just a guide here for you to make sales, quick, okay? See, our plan is easy to explain. This is for agents, okay, only. It provides coverage on funeral home service and cremation expenses in the United States. See, very clear, not burial in the United States. Our plan covers shipping of the body, all funeral and cemetery expenses in Latin America and the Caribbean, okay? More people joining at this time, okay? Unbelievable, okay? So our plan accepts parents and or the partner of the holder up to age 80, okay? Maximum 2 people, okay? After age 80, guess what? Then we will protect them, okay, until the last days, okay? The coverage starts on the 3rd day. We like to say to the clients on the 3rd day is because remember that what happens if you submit an application, let's say on Friday evening, right? Then you know that the company does not work during the weekends as far as processing applications. Why? Because guys, every application is audited by a human being, okay, after you submit an application, okay? So they make sure that everything is correct. And then that's after that audit is when the the client's account gets drafted, okay? So it covers the airline round trip ticket, okay, for the holder, and remember, only for the holder. See, no medical exams, nor social security numbers are required to apply, okay? Remember, we're not a life insurance company. Our plan is easy to join. We only need the names and dates of birth of each member to complete the agreement. It's as simple as that, okay? Then we will mail you the contract in both English and Spanish with all the coverage, okay? And then a magnetic card or strip that you can stick on the fridge so you can get our 1-800 number. Our plan is easy to use. See, you have to call us first. See, this is a general guide here, okay? We provide you with a magnetic card that includes a 1-800 number that's available 24/7, 365. The company will immediately take care of the rest. That is peace of mind, Mr. Client, isn't it? See, closing questions here for you guys, okay? Now, our plan is even easy to cancel, okay? We're not afraid to say that our plan is easy to cancel. Why? Because we know that the clients really appreciate the value of our plan, okay? Now, our plan is easy to join, see? And then closing questions here at the end. Who do you need to protect soon, Mr. Client? How do you like the plan? Okay, would you like us to meet to talk more about this important plan? Then you make an appointment, okay? Who else do you think about protecting? Closing questions, guys, see, to help you close sales here, okay? That's available to you guys. This is just a guide, okay? Those of you who are interested in getting business cards, we do not provide business cards. However, we partner with this company who may print 1,000 business cards, just like the one you see here, for $32, taxes included. You just have to pay for the shipping, okay? This is a company here in Doral, Florida. Okay, guys, now I went over the example of a contract. Remember that it's mailed to the clients in 2 or 3 weeks. Please let them know about 2 or 3 weeks, because nowadays the mail is slower than before the pandemic. Guys, these are certificates of people who got promoted last month to different positions. You can see here the junior rep directors, leader, okay? It's an honor to be the first manager in the company here, okay? Senior reps, okay? We went over this on a special training, by the way, guys. This is, if you're new, this is your first training, and you already met that requirement, okay, as far as becoming an agent. But then you're invited, like the only meeting, okay, virtual meeting that we ask you to attend is our virtual coffee. We call it a virtual coffee. We have a cup of coffee virtually. That's every Tuesday. Okay, you're invited this Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time using this same link, guys. Okay. Now, how do you join our business, guys? Very simple. Okay, as an agent, okay, we just want you to own our product as well, guys. It will be sad if you, as an agent, lose a relative and you don't have our plan. Come on. All right, you're gonna feel more confident, okay? Talking to people about our plan. Let me make an adjustment here again, okay? Because then it's gonna be easier for you. You're gonna feel a lot more better knowing that your family is protected, okay? Your family members are protected. So here we go. Now, so for you to become an agent, okay, as I said, we want you to own our product. So the rule is that you have to give one sale to your sponsor, guys. And the correct way to come across to this is that, hey, you give one sale to your sponsor, okay? It could be your own plan, or if you already have a client, then you may use that sale like to meet that requirement that you have to give one sale to your sponsor. Guys, remember, you give one sale, but then that gives you unlimited opportunities for you to, let's say, invite a lot of people that wants to join your business. And remember that if you invite 10 people, let's say as an example, during a month, guys, that's 10 guaranteed sales. Why? Because each one of those agents has to buy a plan from you, the sponsor, okay? That's the way it works, okay? Now, there is a sequence here to become an agent, okay? The first requirement is this training, which you already went over the training. Fantastic. Second step, the sponsor has to meet with that new agent so you can show them how to write a sale. Remember, it's their own sale first. They have to buy the plan from you, the sponsor. Okay, so please make an appointment with the person who invited you to the business so you can have your own plan. Okay, now step 3, very simple. After that sale is completed, guess what? The sponsor has to sell a personalized link to that new agent, and then that new agent may start selling right on the spot, right after they buy a plan from the sponsor, okay? I'll show you how that works. Guys, this is the end of the training. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute your mic. Those of you who want to stick around, I'll show you how to write an application, okay? Because I understand that a lot of sponsors, are like maybe too busy, or sometimes working, and they don't have a chance to meet with the person who just got into the business. And then I'll give you that opportunity. Okay, here, Darish, you have a question. Do you have a question?
I do. Hi, sorry. It's a question from before. When you said there was that special package that allows you at a certain age, I think you said 66 and 67, to just pay 35, and you can bring anybody into your group, even if you don't have any children. Did I get the age right?
No. Let me clarify that. I don't know if you came in late to the training, but
no, it was a breakup when you were explaining it. The mic thingy went out, so I didn't hear the complete answer that you gave for that.
Oh, okay.
In the 3 tiers of different package.
Okay, so let's go over that quickly here. See, and the agent's guide, and you're gonna have access to this. By the way, guys, if you're new, please get with your sponsor so they can add you to this. We have a group chat in WhatsApp where you can get informed about our trainings, okay, and bonuses. By the way, there is a bonus going on. Okay, I was gonna leave that for last. Okay, please remind me about that bonus that's going on right now. Oh, so here we go. Here's the chart that shows the 3 different options for groups, okay, or individuals. So here we go. So let me see. Well, okay, so one person, guys, one person younger than 65 in the low rate states pays $15 per month. And then in all other states, that person pays $25 per month. All right. Now, 2 people pay $25 per month in the low rate states. Okay, we went over that, and $40 in all other states. And then in the third line here, this is the family plan, either $75 or $50 per month. Now, there is the family plan accepts a group of up to 7 people, but on the platform that you're going to use to write the application, the platform will give you an option to add an additional person for $15 per month, all right, or $25 per month, depending, like, $15 per month will be a $50 a month plan, or $25 per month on the $75 a month plan. All right, is that clear? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes. So again, I wasn't confused about that. I was only confused about the one where you said if a person has no children and they're of a certain age. That's the one I didn't hear all of it because the mic went away.
The silver plan.
So you're talking about the silver plan, all right?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
okay, so the silver plan, okay, remember that the company came up with this plan is just because of the fact that some people do not have children, okay? There's a lot of people with no children. So this is a plan for somebody between the age of 66 and 75 with no children, remember, because children is like the requirement on the family plan. Remember, the holder has to be between 18 and 65, right, in the family plan, and then they may add their parents or the partner, and the rest of the people younger than 65 who have a family plan. But those people,
right.
Now
so that was my question. If you're younger than 65, but you have no children and you can't and you're never going to, do you have to wait until you're 66 to be on that silver plan?
No, no. Well, the silver plan is only for people between 66 and 75. So if
that's what I wanted to know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you're younger,
yeah, then it will be this plan here. Okay, this chart. One person will pay $15 in the low rate states, or $25 in all other states. Okay, so yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah.
All right, great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so here we go. Now we were going over the, let's see here. Sorry about that. Let me see. Let's go over the presentation. Okay, so Darisha, do you still have a question?
No, I took my hand down. I'm good.
Oh, okay, great. Carlos, do you still have a question? Your hand is up.
No, I don't know how my hand got up, but unfortunately, I do have another commitment. I'm going to have to come. I thoroughly enjoyed the presentation, and I'll get back with the person that invited me here. But it was very good. You did a great job. Thank you.
Awesome, Carlos. Have a good one. All right, great.